We could have a big shakeup in the GOP gubernatorial field with the Bureau of State Elections finding both James Craig and Perry Johnson should not be on the ballot. In fact, the Bureau recommending a total of five Republican candidates for governor should be disqualified, so that would cut the field of 10 in half.
We've talked about how big the field is. It could go like that. The Bureau says their petitions are filed with fraudulent signatures, and the campaigns do not have enough valid signatures to make the primary ballot. Mara McDonald following this tonight. She's in Farmington Hills. We've seen signature problems before, Mara, but nothing like this.
Devin, this is an epic implosion. There's just no other way to say it. I mean, the kind of thing that ends up in a campaign textbook as a cautionary tale. Let me take you through it. A Bureau of Elections investigation into questionable signatures found both James Craig and Perry Johnson do not have adequate signatures, and they're not alone. Three other lesser-known GOP gubernatorial hopefuls are in the same boat.
Mara, I'm a fighter. I'm not going to roll over and play dead. And you know what? It's not just about me. It really is about fighting for the folks that believed in me.
The victims of massive fraud by paid signature gatherers who forged signatures. For example, the Bureau of Elections says 18 people who were hired to collect signatures for Craig submitted 10,000 forged signatures of the 21,000 collected. So after all is said and done, who ultimately bears responsibility?
So there's campaign malfeasance on two fronts. It's the people who fraudulently turned in these signatures, but the campaign should have had a mechanism by which they are viewing and vetting these signatures before they're actually paying these people for them.
Perry Johnson's campaign sending out a statement tonight, which in part reads, "We strongly believe they are refusing to count thousands of signatures from legitimate voters who signed the petitions and look forward to winning this fight before the board and, if necessary, in the courts." The State Board of Canvassers meets Thursday to decide whether these candidates will make the ballot. But that's not all that's at stake here. So you think somebody's going to jail?
Somebody should absolutely go to jail for this. This was done intentionally. It is a violation of law. There are fines that are set out. So yes, somebody should be punished for this.
Back here live, according to the State Bureau of Elections and its reports that it released tonight, it's clear that that is also in the works, that these petition gatherers who were submitting fraudulent signatures, well, they're in the process of amassing all the info and sending it off to the authorities. We're live in Farmington Hills tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
So, Mara, our attention will turn now to the Board of Canvassers, made up of 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats. We heard Perry Johnson's thoughts on what happened here. He seems to think that there's some hijinks going on, but it's kind of hard to politicize this at this point, right? I mean, either the signatures are valid or they aren't.
That's right. You either have the signatures or you don't have the signatures. I don't know what could possibly happen at the State Board of Canvassers this week that would change that up. But, Devin, yeah, I don't think that's the last stop. I think Johnson's campaign made it clear that they'd consider a legal challenge and taking it to court. When I talked to the former chief tonight, I mean, he hasn't ruled out a legal challenge as well. So it's not over Thursday.
Yeah, pretty high drama, and we haven't even arrived anywhere close to the primary yet. All right, Mara.